Hey, everybody. So the third week of kind of COVID for us in North Carolina, but many across the country, and want to send just additional updates as we have been the past few weeks. So number one, the digital divide continues to be, I think, the number one concern with families and students across North Carolina, but really across the country. So getting access to hotspots, getting access to reliable internet at the house, and getting access to devices that allow students to connect, and then also just working with families to make sure they understand how to navigate these, one, the devices, but two, the platforms that so many people are sharing. And so honestly, no real solutions. I think we're doing the best we can to work with our community partners, to work with our schools, to access hotspots, to let's try this again, access these devices, and then also do our best to get funds where we can to these schools to make sure we can purchase them. So I think coming out of this, there's going to be an incredible focus on the digital divide moving forward, and how we can ensure all families have access to these devices as well as Wi-Fi, to make sure they're connected in times like these, but also moving forward. We think number two is special education services, and shout out to a friend and colleague, Brooke Allen, who sent us this note last week, is that outside of just asking students to log in and to take these assignments, school districts and charter management organizations are also required to provide the same type of special education services as they would if school was in session. Now, again, that's obviously not easy to do remotely or from afar, particularly with the access issue we just discussed. But if you're a family concerned about that, if you have questions, please know that school districts and schools across the country, if they are mandating any type of online learning, they must mandate and provide the same supports and special student services supports as they would for anything else to support students with special ed needs. So that's really important to make sure you're aware of and focus on as well. And I think lastly, like, now has been a really cool time to collaborate. I think we've seen a lot of schools across the country, districts, charters, private, sharing resources, sharing platforms, sharing access to hotspots. I think really getting innovative about how we collaborate, how we support our teachers, our schools, our students locally, but also across the country. So if you're in those positions, don't be afraid to share a resource. Don't be afraid to reach out to us or to somebody else across the way to ask for support. The most innovative solutions and the solutions that we are seeing having the biggest impact right now, given this crisis, are coming from those that are collaborating with each other. So we hope those sort of things help. We hope you and yours are safe this week, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks, everybody.